Welcome to the Daily Fantasy 5, where we give you the 5 things you need to know today, Tuesday, February 26th, in the world of fantasy sports. We are brought to you today by mathradio.com, where you can help your kids do better in school. If you have a child between the ages of 7 and 17, sign up for a course today at mathradio.com to see their grades increase, their test scores go through the roof, and they might even get into college with the help of www.mathradio.com. Go there today to sign up for your online math course for as little as $9.99. Once again, that is mathradio.com. All right, let's get into it today. We have a all NBA show as there was a huge slate of games last night and not much else going on. We're going to start with the Indiana Pacers. All right, in their game last night, Domantas Sabonis sprained his ankle for Indiana. So what does this mean? Well, he's been a double-double machine, a very useful fantasy player, and a very useful real player. So the impact on Indiana's playoff chances, what seed they might get, doesn't really matter to us that much. But Domantas Sabonis could be out for a few weeks. If you are a Sabonis owner, you're going to need to look elsewhere. I would imagine that he will be sidelined for at least a few games. So that is our big story number 1. Story number 2 might not be much of a story, but when an all-star, superstar, MVP caliber player gets injured and doesn't play, we've got to talk about it. So, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, sat out last night. It seems like a short-term injury, according to their staff, but, who knows? They are leaving for a 4-game West Coast trip. They play the Kings, Lakers, Jazz, and Suns. So who knows how much they are going to need him, how much they're going to want to play him. It's a tough trip. I wouldn't be shocked if they sit him out the next 4 games just to be sure, because who really cares about these games? What's important is the playoffs. So it's conceivable that they sit out Giannis Antetokounmpo for the next 4 games on this road trip. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's conceivable, and you need to keep your eye on it. All right, story number 3 are streaks in the NBA. So Harden's streak came to an end for the Houston Rockets. He only scored, I believe, 28 points last night. And I say only a little bit sarcastically. But his 30-point streak came to an end. While Chris Paul started his own streak. He has 3 straight games with 20 points or more. So what does this mean for us? Well, I find it quasi-interesting that Chris Paul is starting to emerge right now, especially when Harden is ending his streak and doesn't care so much about his own production. This could be a great sign for Chris Paul and his owners going forward. All right, story number 4 are players coming back from injury. So the Big Cat came back from Minnesota last night and scored 34 points with 21 rebounds. Wow, in his first game back after the car accident in, I think it was New Jersey the other night. So the Big Cat, you got to put him back in your lineups, start him next week, get him in your daily fantasy lineups. He is back and ready to go as the Timberwolves might try to make a late playoff push here. All right, so start Big Cat. Also be starting Luka Doncic. He came back last night after missing the last 2 games, and he had a triple-double. 28 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. We're not going to talk about his 9 turnovers. We're just going to pretend that does not exist, and we are going to bow down to our king, Luka Doncic. All right, the last story from the NBA last night was our boy from Philadelphia, Marjanovic, went down. He got tangled up. He hurt his leg. He's undergoing an MRI today. So this might not really matter as Embiid might be coming back soon. So he was going to get his minutes anyway, but he's been killing it lately, and he's no longer going to be a fantasy option for us for at least the short term. But it might not have mattered anyway. So those are the daily 5 things you need to know today. It's all NBA. There's only 3 games on the slate tonight. Be careful out there, and we will see you back here tomorrow. Remember to go to www.mathradio.com for all your math course needs. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.